Hello, welcome to the queue. It is Operation Big Red 1, the beginning of turn 7, Germany turn, and they had 26 in the bank, so they will be purchasing a Marine, a fighter, an airborne, an infantry, and 2 cavalry, and that is an even 26. Let's roll for some tech. We've got advanced mech, radar, heavy bombers, and long-range aircraft. So let's grab some dice. So the first two here will be at 7. And we got 2 7s. So that is good, especially for the mech, which is lagging behind. And this is the first turn. We get to go up to stage 3. And now we need a gray and a blue. I guess I could have lined those dice up to be the same. All right, and these are both at, or are they 8s? I got that blue or gray is 8, but the bombers is 9. So the gray dice will have to be a 9. Whoop! And it is a 9. And we wiped out some French units. Hopefully they didn't go in the wrong spot. So we'll roll the blue again. Gray succeeds. And, oh, it's a perfect 100%. So we go to that and that. So 3 at stage 3. Oh, we didn't roll for that one, because we need advanced mech. We need it fast. So that is it. I did mess up some ships and units. Hopefully I didn't get into Paris here. Let's see. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's what he said was 8. All right, so we are going into Paris. We are going to start in Alsace-Lorraine, and then the Blitzkrieg is on. Boom. That's some theater for you. All right, so let's line out our attacks. Netherlands, we got to hit that because it's going to go British as soon as we attack France. So we do declare war on France. We declare war on Britain. We do have 2 convoys here. This sub here in A46 is going to go down to that, what is that, 50 there. I didn't mark these out, but sure enough, I got to do it. 1, 2, 3. Say 1, 2. What's the best way to get from there? 1, 2, 3. I guess I really can't get into that zone, can I? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I go into P50 here, and I convoy where those lines meet. So 2 convoys. Let's bring those dice out of the trays to remind me, because I'll do those first. So the other country we're declaring war on is Denmark, and I mentioned the Netherlands, I believe. So Denmark, we've got a coastal sub coming out of A12 into A11, along with a coastal defense ship, a battle cruiser, and a casualty there, the torpedo boat destroyer. So those 5 vessels will attack that Danish ship there. Our seaplane will come out 1, 2 to A10, and we're going to verify the country of origin of that torpedo boat destroyer. Going into the Netherlands off the 7th Panzer card will just be 2 infantry. I'll put them here on the import. We've got a cavalry and a motorized, and they'll come out of Bavaria 1, 2. And then we've got a whole host of planes. 1 fighter's going into here, and I'll explain that in a little bit. 2 fighters, tactical, and a bomber. So that's 4 aircraft, 4 land units into the Netherlands. These ships, they'll just escape and become British. Going into Alsace-Lorraine here will be the 7th Panzer. They all have a movement of 2. So I'll put that in there. And let's load up all these units there. There's 3 airborne, 1 infantry, 2 cavalry. And I brought this fighter in on this extreme chance that he would like to scramble this fighter from Paris. I wanted to have the air superiority shot just in case. The reason why I thought he wouldn't is because I've got multiple first strikes and there's only 1 militia defending, so I could easily shoot that plane down and he'll get nothing out of it. So France has elected to stay in Paris and defend the capital, and hopefully they don't. All right, so that is that. We're going into Warsaw, which is now surrounded, so it'll all be -1. So we've got 1, 3, 6 infantry, artillery, anti-aircraft gun from West Poland. Donoslawski has 2 infantry and 1 artillery, so there'll be 2 first strikes. They're all at -1, and I'm thinking that's it for the first round attacks. All right, so let's do our convoying. We'll start the far side of the world over there. Be +2 for the German dice, which will be this dice here. That's the 1. All right. Gosh, 3 to 3. We're going to start that over. All right, down south. We've got 5 to 1, it'd be 7 to 1, so that is a max there. So Britain will lose $3. We'll slow that down there. We didn't want to go in and risk losing a sub yet because some French boats are going to disappear, hopefully. All right, so let's go on to our naval battle here. We do have a first strike. The coastal defense, or the coastal sub, will be at a 2. And then we have a first strike from the regular sub at a 3. And that's the end of that battle. I didn't need to bring all that stuff. All right. So we'll put all those in port when we're done here. What do we want to do next? That's painful, so let's go into Warsaw or Netherlands here. We'll see how that goes. So we'll have 3 at 2 and 1 at 3. So, I'll just grab these orange dice. All right, so those are the 2s. The black dice will be the 3. And this is for the land units. We get 1 hit, so that'll be that militia. Now we've got 2 and 2. 2 fighters, and then the tactical bomber and the regular bomber. Tactical, if it matters, it doesn't matter. They're all infantry left. So 6s, 7s. All right, it'd be nice to get this over in 1 round. 1, 2, 3. That is it. 1 round it is. All right, so returning fire will be a militia at 2. Okay, that's 1 of the German infantry. And then we've got 3 at 4 for the infantry. And there's a 1, and this one was cocked on a 2 and a 7, so we'll roll it again. Dang it. So we lose cavalry and an infantry. You know, everyone attacks everything. Never mind, I'm not going there. All right, so that's it for there. Let's go to Warsaw. That will be 2 first strikes at a 3. We do get 1, so we'll take 1 of those militia away. Doesn't matter because they're surrounded, so they're all defending at 1. Oh, but you know what? They will get to roll a 1. No, there's no vehicles, so we'll take the cavalry. We'll just do that. All right. So that means I got 6, 8. So 6 infantry will be at 2, and 2 will be boosted to 3. All right, so there's 6 at 2. So we did get 1, and then we got 2 at 3. There's 2. So that'll be 2 infantry, well, 2 militia. All right. So let's roll those 2 militia first. They're at 1. There's nothing. We got 2 infantry at 3s. There's a hit, of course. And then the fighter is at a 6. I forgot to roll my anti-aircraft gun. Fighter misses. So let's roll that anti-aircraft gun at 3. That missed. All right. So that is what's left. 2 infantry and a fighter. Round 2. So we got 2 artillery and 2 infantry at 3. 2 hits. And then we've got, did we lose? I don't think we lost anything, did we? Yeah. Huh, that's a good question. I'm going to roll, I think I might have lost 1. So instead of the 6 infantry, I'll roll 5, right? Because I would have 6 at 2. So I'll roll 5 and we'll just see what happens. That's all a miss. So if there is that 6 infantry, it hits. Crap. So there may or may not be a 3rd round here. All right. Defensively, though, we do know what's happened there. We got 2 at 3 and then the fighter at 5. And those are, well, that was a 7 and a 2 again. That's missed. All right, so I don't think there's a 3rd round, but just in case there is, here's my artillery and infantry. They don't get a hit. Here's my 4 or 5 infantry at 2. They do get a hit. So rolling that one. So I may lose an infantry on that last round, but I don't think there was a 3rd round. So we'll have to go back and look and see. I'm going to leave this chip here on this top of that, and I'll have to look later. Oh, crap, there was a river there. Interesting. Now I really don't know. I even put the river marker out there. It doesn't affect the artillery, so I know that was no big deal, but I think there was a 2 that hit on that first round. I just can't remember if it was a 1 or a 2. All right, well, the good news is because we have the 2nd impulse, if it did fail, we can always come back at the next turn and it'd just be that plane that would be left. But I may or may not have lost that infantry. If it does push it to around 3, then I lose an infantry for sure, which would mean I lost that infantry, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's a big mess there. I can't just stop and rewind and go on. So that's a kicker there. All right, well, here we go into Alsace-Lorraine. We've got 3 self-propelled artillery with first strikes. Nothing, of course. All right, so they have first strikes back at us. 2 at 5. Or 6. That's a 9 and a 7. Holy cow. Did we get lucky there? So we got that militia, and it defends at +3, so 5 or under. All right, so he gets a hit. I got all these. I guess I should roll them. I was just going to say we'll assume I get a hit, but so there would be 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 tanks and a fighter. That's my 6s. 3, 4 hits. So he is dead, and I do lose 1. Now, because of the Maginot Line rule, I have to lose double casualties. So the fort is gone, the militia's gone. We do take that territory. However, I got to lose 2 units. So we'll lose the infantry for sure and an airborne. All right, so could have been worse. All right, so now our planes go back. So the 4 planes that were in the Netherlands go back to Bavaria. This plane goes back to Bavaria. We'll take all that down. That is captured. The 7th Panzer now moves into Paris. Coming out of the Netherlands here will be this motorized, and it goes into the Dutch or Denmark against that militia. 2 Marines and a motorized. And quite frankly, I don't like that. All right, so we've got going into Paris 2 airborne, 2 cavalry, 5 mechanized infantry, 6 medium armor, 3 light armor, 3 self-propelled artilleries. We're going to have 3 fighters and a tactical. I think I'm going to send this medium bomber up here so we don't fizzle out in Denmark. Hopefully that is not the wrong move. All right. It doesn't do me any good to have... Well, I got to do it in 3 rounds, though. That's the kicker. Let's trade out a fighter. So a fighter will come up to Denmark, and we'll put that bomber into Paris. All right. So going into Paris, we got our 3 first strikes for our self-propelled artillery. Man, they have failed this game. France does have 1 artillery, though. Of course. Of course. So we'll lose a paratrooper. All right. So now let's go with our regular units, which at 3, we will have 1, 2, 3. There's 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 at 3. So what do we got here? 2, 4, 6, 7. So we'll roll 7 at 3. Let me look for rivers first. Now the rivers were if I went around. All right, no river. All right, so we only got 1 out of the first wave. So we need 4 more dice at 3. Try not to put them over here. All right, 4 more dice at 3. Thank you. 1 hit. This is not good. All right, so we've got 6 tanks. 6 medium armor, that is, and they're all at 6. And because of the Blitzkrieg move, the cities did not affect German vehicles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 out of 6. That's not bad. All right. So now we got 2 fighters, and we got an 8 and a 5. So the 5 takes out the French plane. So we'll put that here. I still get the roll for it, but that'll be that hit there. So now I got a tactical bomber, which I'll have to roll separate. It's a 9, that's misses, and a medium bomber at a 4. So we do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, plus the fighters for 7 total. So they're going to lose the anti-aircraft gun, the artillery, 3 militia. So that's 5. What did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to take off 1 infantry. All right. So let's roll back. We'll start with the casualties here. And the fighter at 6. All right. So we got to lose a fighter. The anti-aircraft gun at 3. Gets 1, so we lose another fighter. That's just dandy. Artillery's already fired. We got 3 militia at 2, plus 1 for the city. So they are 3 at 3. Nothing there. 1 infantry at a 5. He misses. All right, so the survivors fire back, and that is 4. Well, it's actually, the mountain doesn't matter. So it's 8 at 5. So there's 3. There's 7. Let's get one more dice. Roll it all at once. 8 at 5. All right, so there's 1, 2. Oh, we got lucky there. So 2 means we're going to lose the airborne for sure. I wonder if I should hang on to the cavalry. Let's take 1 mechanized off. And because this is the last turn I can buy cavalry. All right, so round 2. So I do have to do this in 3 turns. So there's 8 infantry left. Let's start off. Well, there's no first strike. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 at 3. So let's do the 6. And let's get our casualties out of the way. That is a big pile of casualties. Let's separate them. The German casualties are high. Look at that. Look at that. That is already a disaster. All right, so here's the first 6 3s. Oh, wow. Why couldn't I get that on the first turn? That was 3 there. So now I need to grab another dice. Here's the second set of 3s. And there's 1. All right, so now I got 6 medium armor. And I am out of fighters, so that is it for the 6s. 1, 2. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I got, doesn't matter, I can roll the tactical and the bomber together at 7. Oh my gosh. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So surviving is 1 mountain for round 3. Okay, so take all that off. And we have 8 back at 5 because they're in the city. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are losing those cavalry. So there's 2 cavalry, 1 light armor, and 1 advanced mech. Or not advanced, regular mechanized infantry. All right, round 3. Let's just go with our 6 armor that has not really done too well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 that time. If I got that the second, we'd be done. All right. So that mountain is gone. It gets 1 back at 5. 10. All right. So that was a steep price to pay. So let's take all these French guys off. And I'm doing it here. Didn't do the river route. Which reminds me, I'm going to have to rewatch that and send a update in the chat. All right, so where's my stack of markers here? So that is for Germany, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. Oh, I had one there. So that's 9 from France. And we'll add Vichy later. So that goes to 34. We got 2 for Netherlands. Oh, we didn't roll that battle. This was here to remind me that Britain gets 1 for tsunami. So we'll move them up 1. All right, so, well, actually, they go up to wartime income, and then they go up 1. All right. Also, Anzac and FEC will too. All right, let's roll this battle here. So I got 3 at 2 and 1 at 6 in Denmark. 2 hits. All right, so the militia will fire back. Thank you. All right, so that is 1 more for Germany. 2 for Netherlands and 1 for Denmark, so that's 37. Warsaw is 1 more. Like I said, even if I didn't get that on that first attack, the second impulse, it would have overwhelmed it as well. So that will be 1 more from Warsaw. We never moved those up for Britain because they never officially got them because we weren't at war. All right, now I think I'm done. So the 7th Panzer is in Paris. All right, so the 2 subs will stay out. The torpedo boat, destroyer, coastal defense ship, and the battle cruiser will go in port in Western Germany. In Eastern Germany, this transport destroyer and torpedo boat destroyer will go in port. All right. This air transport didn't move. We'll move him up to Western Germany. Where's that British transport plane? Oh, it's way down there. We're good. We don't need to defend anything in the middle. All right, so the only other non-com, let's see, their transport planes over there. So we will move this militia into Eastern Germany out of Berlin. Nah, never leave your capital open. All right, so going back, this fighter will go back to Western Germany. And I think that is it. Oh, these tactical bomber and medium bomber will also go back to Western Germany. The German Air Force is licking its wounds. All right, 1 more sub move here, A-23, 1, 2, 3. Or if I'm here, I can't hit anything from there anyway. Yeah, we'll just go down there. All right, because I got more coming. All right, that is that. We got Spain to take care of, and I believe that is it. Yeah, I think that's it. All right. Let's place our goods. So the 2 cavalry go in Bavaria. I put that good cavalry sculpt out there. And Eastern Germany gets a Marine. We get an infantry, airborne, and a fighter in Western Germany. I did want to move this mountain out of Czechoslovakia into Donaslavsky. Actually, I don't. I want to move him. I'll rail him here to Eastern Germany. Man, they look depleted. We got to land our seaplane back here. We discovered it was just a lowly Russian trawler. All right, so I'm going to roll the recruitment roll for Spain. At a 7, that's a 6, so let's add another infantry there in Madrid. We'll move that anti-aircraft gun over to Madrid. That's it for Spain. All right, so before we do France, well, you know what? People probably are more interested in France than a recap, so I'll do the recap last. We will activate Romania, which is one of the agreements for the MRP. So we'll go up 3 there. So Germany will go up to 41. And we do get an income roll for Russians. 8. That also triggers a response from the Russians. So they'll go up to 24. So they will have to make good on their promise because of the high dice roll. All right. Now, let's go on to Vichy France. I got them all teed up here. And I think I'll do France from the other side of the board just because almost all of France is over there. So I'll move that down there. Where's my dice cup? And it's on the other side as well. All right, so I'm going to set this here instead of you watching me walk because we're going to put some stuff into... Oh, for a second I thought I wasn't recording. That would have been bad. Vichy France automatically gets 2, which reminds me I got to do a recruitment roll. But they get 3 infantry, 1 fighter, and 1 artillery here in southern France. And set that over there. Let's get things set up. Get my tray full of Vichy roundels. Might help if we had the camera. All right, so the Vichy recruitment roll. 7, it misses. All right. So it says here, all right. We're creating Vichy. We got our Vichy armor. First, we roll for units in port, but there are none. French units on the board. All right, so let's start where? Let's go with the subs. They're all 4 conveniently lined up. And 4 dice. Let's see what happens. All right, so 3 and a 4, I think is... Oh, nope, 4 is scuttled. 7 is scuttled. 10 is Vichy. So one of those is Free France. All right. So Free France gets 1. And Vichy gets 1, which goes up here. And the other 2 are scuttled. All right, so next ships we come to are the transports. They're both nice and tidy in one sea zone. So let's see what happens to them. 2 and an 11. Free French and German. So we'll put them up, and we'll go in port here in whatever that is, A12 in East Germany. So that was good news. We got a transport. Good thing I got that 3rd Marine. Next ship, we'll just start down here at the bottom. There's a destroyer, A48. German. Nice. And same thing, he'll go in port up there. Next ship up is a light cruiser in A46. That is Free French. We got a torpedo boat destroyer in A35. 8. Vichy. All right. I don't think I have a Vichy torpedo boat destroyer. So we'll put this flag under it. I might have one, but I'm not sure. All right, next up is a battleship and a destroyer. So the battleship, everyone is waiting. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. German. All right. Destroyer. 3. Free French. All right. Next up is the same thing, a battleship and a destroyer. Here's the battleship. Oh my gosh. Every day is Christmas. All right. And a destroyer. Oh, it's a spinner. Oh my. Daddy's got some new toys. All right, so what is that? 2 destroyers, 2 battleships, and a transport. I think that's it. So that was free. That was free. That was free. 2 Vichy, and then that's free. Is there any more French ships on the board? No. All right, so these are on map. That fighter's on map. That's on map. All right, I think we're on to territories. All right, let's do this. All right, so territories. Oh, we got 2 ships on the build queue, right? That's what they're here, ours. All right, so these are very unlikely to go to anybody. This is the heavy cruiser, scuttled, and the battleship, scuttled. All right, so let's take those off the board before I forget about it, or off the build queue. All right, now on to territories. This one's straight up. 1 through 6 is free. 7 and above, Vichy. All right, so, but there is an order we have to do here. I don't know if you have to do it, but that's the way they have it here. So, over in the Far East, the Pacific side. All right, it is, you know what? They almost always go Japanese. So Anatonkan, those are 2 more over here. This island here, this island here. So up 2 for Japan. Oh, you know what? I can't reach from here, but maybe I can use this little pointer. So they're going to go up to 41 and join the Germans. All right. Next one up, Somaliland and Madagascar. Let's see what the dice say. 11, so that is Vichy. And kind of bummed about that. And that one. All right, so it's those 3. All right. Next up is the Algerian Triangle, these 3. We'll re-roll it. 8. That's the high. So if we want to PBE that one, I'm fine with that, because that was between a 5 and an 11. And then I think whatever the other one was on that one side, 11 or 9. So if we want to PBE these 3, that I'm fine with that. So this block here along Africa, I'm not going to say all those names. Those are free. All right. And then the next block includes Cameroon here. Spinner, 8. So those are Vichy. And it's taking a lot of money out of them. Well, I guess it's giving it to Germany, but I had other plans. All right, so I think we're down to the Morocco, Tunisia, Syria. So let's start with Morocco. That is free. And Tunisia, that is free. And what's next? Syria, last one on the line. That is Vichy. All right. Well, that changes a lot of things. Doggone it. All right. So Vichy will have 1, 2, 3, possibly 4. So we'll put Vichy up to 4. And we'll see what you guys think about re-rolling Algeria. And then that leaves 2 for free. Possibly 3. All right. Is that right? Oh, okay, I can fix that later. All right, so that is it for the fabulous Vichy rolls and free French rolls. I think I got it all. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I'll clean up that and mark everything that needs to be marked when it is not your time, when I turn off the camera here. Okay, so let's go to cash, because it's going to be significantly different now. All right, so we collect 41. Whoops. So that is 35, 41. For Vichy, I believe we have 4. For Sweden, we have 3. For Romania, we have 3. And the MRP will be 5 at the end of the turn. All right, so that's 41, 45, 51, 56. Seems like I should have more than that. Oh, you know what? I get the French money. 16. All right, so 16 of French money. So we'll take that marker off. All right, that's a one-time deal. So 41, 45, 51, 56, 61, 72. Okay, that sounds more accurate. Now I'm questioning myself if I added that right. Either way, those are my piles, and we can add those up later and verify it. Let's do a recap. Let's start with the subs. P50 is a sub. Figures it's covered up. I think it's A50. No, yeah, A50, and there's 3 points of damage on the African line. Sub in A45, sub in A26, sub in A11, along with a coastal sub. Import in Western Germany is a battle cruiser, coastal defense ship, torpedo boat destroyer. Import in Egypt. Not sure why I said Egypt. In Eastern Germany is a torpedo boat destroyer, 3 destroyers, 2 transports, 2 battleships, and then I'll change those out later. All right, that's our ships, which our Navy has expounded immensely. Warsaw, I'll have to do rewatch the battle and give a count in the group later. Bessarabia is infantry. Central Romania is 4 infantry, cavalry, motorized, and a fighter. Eastern Germany is a marine and mountain infantry. Berlin is a militia. Bavaria is 2 cavalry. The Western Germany is seaplane, 2 fighters, air transport, bomber, tactical bomber, airborne, and a regular infantry. Denmark, 2 marines and a motorized. The only other land units we have is in Paris, and that is 3 mechanized infantry, 2 light armor, 6 medium armor, and 3 self-propelled artillery. That is it. Spain, we added an infantry on the recruitment roll, and our anti-aircraft gun moved into Madrid. All right, that's it. Next up will be Russia, and they got some money to spend. They're now at wartime. Not wartime, but they're able to declare war now, but they're not quite in position here yet. So maybe next turn, yeah, that might be a tough haul, actually. Oh well, it is what it is. We'll see what Russia has in store for us.